Well, hello there, friends and family. Now, I know it's been a while since we last spoke to you. Yep, it's just been a little hard here of late. Pick up the camera, get out, and think about things that are positive. Maybe you can relate. But today, after several days of it being back turned chilly, in the low 60s to low mid 40s during the daytime. You know, we were up in the high 70s, low 80s. Yep. But then it turned cold again, and the rains have came. And for the last few days, that's all it's done. Rain, rain, rain. But today, as you can all see, it's a nice sunshiny day. Clear blue skies, light breeze coming out of the southwest. Yep, it's really nice. I think currently it's about 72, almost perfect. But we have something else coming down the pike. That's why I'm out here taking a look as I do my walk around the property. And what we're looking at now is our pines on the back property line. And as you can see right here, they're nice and budded. Yeah, pine trees do that. They have buds, and then they have blossoms, and they have pollen. And we'll have just yellow waves of it. And that. Oh, and there's Spooky. Spooky, you hear Papa? Oh yeah, you always are, huh? We'll have a meeting later on everything, won't we? Yes, we will. You my buddy. So we have Spooky here. But the reason I'm out here paying particular attention today is because of what's about to happen. Right now we're really nice, mild temperatures in that, and I'm out here picking up more sticks because, yeah, with the storms, which did get a little strong at times, the wind and everything, more sticks to pick. Y'all remember that game, Pick Up Sticks? I surely do. I remember me and my brothers and sisters getting that for Christmas one year, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, we did. But what's going to happen? Well, tomorrow the rains return for at least a day, but it's what's going to possibly happen Saturday that could be extremely detrimental to this far in the deep south this time of year. Now, like I told y'all, I didn't think spring was here to stay. Now, I was hoping, as so many were. Like I say, we were up in the high 70s, low 80s. Quite unseasonable for that time of year. But Saturday, our high is supposed to be 45. And our low at night, 25. And just like always, as you can see right here, and Spooky's here explaining to you, you can see the dewberry blossoms. And they're everywhere. And they're part of the blackberry family. And they're quite delicious. Y'all have seen me partake of them every spring. And of course, you notice we got lily bit right here too. Speedy's not too far away. She's still not happy with lily bit. Not sure what lily bit's name is. Not yet. But even the hairy vetch that we seeded throughout the yard to add nitrogen, about 20 years ago, part of that organic, go ahead, get nitrogen for your lawn, is now all blossoming as well. You can see the little blossoms right there. Even though they're very small and petite, they're rather beautiful. Aren't they, Lily Bit? Well, she's getting friendlier, so maybe she'll tell me her real name. So we got them. Speedy's hanging back because for whatever reason she don't much care for Lily Bit. Oh, look at here. We got some wild jasmine. And I was wondering if that would come back. Yep, it surely has. Well, that's nice. Even though I got to get in here and cut out all this mess again this year. We're trying to get it back to where we just had the bamboo, which some of that, because of the severity of the cold this year, has died back. Poor bamboo. But things are coming up. Like every year, with all that warm weather we had, things pop. Blossoms start to show. Just like here. Small patch of these little bitty tiny white blossoms start to pop through the ground. Ever so petite, ever so beautiful. I enjoy them. Old man about fell off that hillside. You can't see it on camera, but it is quite steep. The pig tree, or bush as we call it, has yet to bud, which is a good thing. So I'm thinking, even if it gets down to 25, she'll be okay. And that's not my biggest concern, nor are the dewberries. Because, I mean, they'll rebloom. My biggest concern is the blueberries. Now, my hope here is they're pretty much finished up. They're blossoms, but you can still see some. See the flowers right there. It gets down to 25. Yep. It's going to put some pain on the blueberries. As it stands right now, to my great surprise, looking at the way these blueberry bushes are all covered in blossoms, we're going to have another good harvest of blueberries again this year. That's now all being jeopardized. But not only that, for me, I mean, I still have blueberries set back from last year and the year before. And you can probably see all the bumblebees going from blossom to blossom. So it's not like I won't have any. I have them in the freezer. But this year's crop will be totally wiped out. And there's not a whole lot I can do. You know, I'm not going to buy plastic and cover them all up. I mean, it's just the way of things from year to year. Some years are bountiful, others are not. And here you can see again some more of the dewberries blossoms growing underneath the blueberries. Now they'll fare better because they will have a chance to set new blossoms. But the blueberries, nah, they won't make the trip. We'll just have to see. Something that helps me here is the fact that we have the lakes not all that far from the house. And even though they say, you know, here in my area, it'll get down to 25. Well, the lakes sort of moderate that some. And we never quite get as cold as what they forecast. But even if we only get down to 27 or 28, it's all going to depend on the length of time. But should they survive, we were going to have another abundant harvest, which just surprises me. You know, I do my best to keep them up, feed them right, keep the soil right. And I've always been rewarded. I guess we'll see this year if that will all come true. But I guess that that's just the way 2022's working out. But it's just not the blueberries. You come over here and look at the holly, you can see all the honeybees. I've never seen as many honeybees. You know, I saw more last year for whatever reason. I mentioned that. This year, I'm seeing even way more. And that's a good thing. Y'all can't see it, most likely, but there are literally thousands of honeybees all over this holly. They're just everywhere. And they're not bothering me. I sort of think they know I'm not going to bother them. But yes, there are literally thousands. And it makes me wonder if the honey from them, what it would actually taste like. Man, they're everywhere. I mean, last year there was a lot. But this year, they are definitely outdoing themselves. Now, I'm so happy to see that. Because as far as I know, nobody that I have seen is actually raising honeybees. And looking at the size of these look like native honeybees, which is a good thing. You see, part of the problem with honeybees in America, especially commercial, is they're all one type, and that's the European honeybee. That's a fact. When you have all just one type of one thing, whether it's one crop, one animal species, one insect, it makes it as highly susceptible to disease and viruses instead of having that diversity, you know, that God intended, Mother Nature, which I think God, you know, put in charge of all that. Who else would? But that's another thing. If you're looking at helping your honeybees out, especially in the early spring, one of the best things to do is have you some shrubs like holly. As you can see, it's just alive. There may be 10,000 or more honeybees on these things, and it's just not these. We have more. Cleo's still pouting too, by the way. She don't like a little bit neither. She'll come for evening chow though. She's not that crazy. So we got these ones over here, which, you know, granted, they're quite huge. And they have honeybees in them as well. all up in there. Not to the extent those in front do, but I've noticed here these are lagging a little bit behind on the blossoms opening up. But here again, with what may happen Saturday, this will all be in jeopardy. And there's absolutely nothing I could possibly do. But for the state of Alabama, Georgia, Florida Panhandle, Mississippi, Louisiana, parts of Texas and Oklahoma, and what have you, many commercial crops will be put in danger too. And of course, as you might suspect, those are fruit crops. In Alabama, that's the peaches, as well as Georgia, Florida. Yep. A lot of warnings out for a deep freeze that may take out the peach crop again this year. Not that it hasn't happened before. Cleo, there you are. What? You complaining? Huh? Uh-oh. You saw a little bit, didn't you? You're such a whiner. She's just a little thing. Lighten up. What do you got against her? She's not black. Well, that's not right. She's different. Well, you done scared her off, Cleo. Now, you know Papa loves you. Spooky, come talk to her. You know, I love you, Cleo. You are my queen. Well, you're the queen of the yard. Huh. I didn't think we'd see you till evening chow time. You come to show Papa some love. I hear you grumbling. Well, as you can see, Cleo's not real happy. And it's all, about a little bit. Yep. And the elderberries starting to leaf out. And we got to get in here directly next couple of weeks. We're going to take out all this underneath and we're going to trim back the elderberry. We'll still have some, but I'm going to cut her back pretty hard this year. Never fear, it's not going to go away. I still got to decide what to do with the tire planters. I'm real proud though, I didn't a couple weeks back when everything turned warm, got froggy and planted up a bunch of seeds. Of course they'd be up by now. And come Saturday, this being Thursday, March the 9th, anything that young and tender, it don't matter what it is, it'd be totally wiped out. Money down the drain. Little bit. Are you hunting? What did you get? Uh-oh. You better leave the bee alone. It'll teach you a lesson you may not have learned yet. Okay? Little pantherist. You can see, she too's a huntress. Maybe that's why Cleo don't like her. Of course, she's thinking about pouncing on Spooky. They play all the time. Speedy, not so much. We got to give you your medicine tonight in your morning chow or evening chow again. Okay? Okay? We'll get you all better. Never fear. But you're active, playful. At least you haven't got like Gracie did. Yeah, as all of y'all know, Gracie almost died. In fact, she would have died. The very next day I hadn't taken her to the vet, where she spent, what, 2.5 weeks in the animal hospital. Yeah. And thankfully, because of all of y'all that helped out too, and I'm ever so grateful for that. Of course, so is Gracie and the Kitty Krew. They love her too. You know, she came through it. It stunted her growth. Yeah, she's got one eye. It's not so clear. But she didn't lose it. And that brought her inside. Because the Kitty Krew, that's just nature. The runt of the litters is just thrown to the side. Sadly, that's how it is with people in real life. You know, those with disabilities, whether they're physical or learning, and it's just all types of subcategories. Basically, if you're different, yeah, that's enough of that. It's just the way of humanity. Even though I would have thought at my age, we'd have learned better. We'd be more accepting. But we haven't been. But this was just a walkabout, as I'm out here like I do every day. You got to get in your steps. Well, I don't do it so much when it's continuously raining. Yard gets soggy. And, you know, then my shoes get all soft and wet and everything. But we have the promise of a bountiful spring. Thank God. And by His grace, we'll survive Saturday. Of course, that's not unusual. What was unusual was being so warm so early. Extremely unusual. I can never remember it happening. In the 27 years now I've been here. But did this year. Last year was in stark contrast. Super cold. Probably the coldest it had been. And was in all the 26 years I had lived here. So last year, super cold. This year, up till this coming Saturday, super warm. February will go down as one of the warmest pretty much in history. Where last year, February was one of the coldest. Yep, that climate change. It just can't make its mind up. Hence why I'm so confused on the issue. But just wanted to come out today, share some of this beautiful day with y'all. Let you know we're doing fine. All's well here. Me, the Kitty Krew. Little bit, Gracie. Cleo, she's still the curmudgeon. The disgruntled queen of the pack. Spooky. And Speedy, which is tagging way behind. She don't want to be on camera. She's on strike. Yeah. Because she thinks she's not the little princess no more. Now, I've tried to have conversations with her and tell her, you'll always be Papa's little princess. Yeah, she'll rub all on me and purr and everything. And then a little bit will try to get close and, well, she becomes Cleo. Oh, the ladies. So y'all, I've got to get on in, rustle up some dinner. It's not gonna be nothing fancy, but it is gonna be something economical, easy to prepare, super healthy. And if you'd like to see it, I will allow you to head on into the country kitchen and make it up with me tonight. And then the rest of the world can see it this weekend. So, I'm sure many of y'all want to. Until Cleo there, which is dancing around the outer perimeter fence, and that little bit spooky, Speedy, and Gracie. Sometimes Elrod, Magoo, Mr. Gray, and in the latest of the evening to early morning hours, Heathcliff. He's a night kitty. See y'all on the next video. Y'all take care. Stay safe. And God bless you. Goodbye for now. Cleo. Cleo. Come on. Cleo, get out of the road. You're just looking for sympathy. Now see there, you're just gonna lay down the road. Make me come get you. Now I see how you're being manipulative. Oh my. Right, Spooky? She's trying to manipulate me. Well, it didn't work. So she's gonna head back to her second home. Oh my. Oh. Well, that's the first time in my lifetime. 4:29. Well, I know in California and the West Coast they're used to that. Maybe up there in New York State. But never before have I seen it here in the deep South. Not even back during 2008 did we ever break $4. And I think the highest here in my little small town is $3.69. Well, such is the way of life these days. But like always, we old folk that come from harder times, we will survive. Later on, maybe you'll let me know what fuel prices are in your area in the comments below the video.